What up, real ones? You're watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, as always. We're about to get into a mailbag where we answer your guys' questions that came from our live show. Goes down every single Wednesday. Make sure you're subscribed and turn your notifications on so you can join us when we go live. Hit that sub button, turn your noties on so you get alerted anytime we go live on the channel. This first one coming in from my guy, Cha. What up, Cha? Evan Neal injury update, please. The latest I have on Evan Neal is that he practiced on Wednesday on the side with a trainer. So he wasn't completely out. He was on the side working with a trainer, didn't participate in any team drills, any individual drills, didn't have pads on, just working with the trainers on the sideline, But I don't expect him to play this week against the Houston Texans. I don't expect him to play this week next week against the Detroit Lions. I expect Evan Neal to come back in 2 more weeks. That would be 4 weeks since the injury and play on Thanksgiving against the Dallas Cowboys. That's what I'm expecting from Evan Neal. Cha, appreciate the super chat as always. Thanks for showing love. An official, real one. Rosario Guzzo. What up, Rosario? Do you think we will be okay without McKinney for 4 weeks? And then we also got this question from Alan Jones. We can just hit these ones back to back. Who will step up with XL? Am I worried? I'm 100% worried. I think we'll be okay, though. I do think we'll be okay. Who's going to step up? It's going to have to be Julian Love. They talked about Julian Love is going to take over as the defensive play caller for Xavier McKinney with him out for the next 4 weeks due to a hand injury that he suffered on the bye week going to Cabo on an ATV. That's about as brutal as it gets. When you think about some of the injuries the Giants have had off the field, Plaxico Burress shooting himself, JPP blasting his hands off with a firecracker, and now this Xavier McKinney, and as well as David Wills, just a lot of off-the-field injuries for the Giants. It sucks. I'm upset with McKinney. I understand, but you got to be more responsible than that. You're playing for a lot more than just yourself right now. You're playing for a bag, and you're a captain. You're supposed to lead by example. Not a good look for McKinney. He's going to miss 4 weeks, has multiple broken fingers. He already had surgeries. Julian Love's going to have to step up. I think we'll be fine. Definitely not going to be the same great defense, but I think Wink Martindale's going to find a way to put this thing together piece by piece. I'll ask you, though, are you concerned about the defense with X-Man out, without Xavier McKinney? Are you concerned? Let me know. I mean, I'm a little concerned. I don't think we're going to become one of the worst defense in the NFL. I don't know if we'll continue to be that elite defense. I mean, we're going to be missing one of our best players. Anytime a team does that, they're going to take a step back. But are you concerned? Why for yes and for no? Talik, if we don't win any more games, would you consider Brian Daboll's first season a success? So if we finish 6-11, it's a good question. Man, I don't know. I don't know if I would. Because you're in a spot right now. You were 6-1. If you lost 10 games in a row to close the season, that shows me that you didn't adjust. That shows me that you couldn't find a way to win games when the schedule got tough down the stretch. So, honestly, no. If we lost every single game the rest of the season, I would not consider this a successful first season. Were there some successful points? Was the first half a success? No doubt about it. But if you lose 10 games in a row to close out the season, I don't know how you can call that a success. Because a successful season for me is, did we find out if Daniel Jones is the guy? Do we know if we're going to re-sign Saquon Barkley? Where are we going to need to get better? And right now, you got a chance to make the freaking playoffs. That should be the goal. Those preseason expectations we talked about are just preseason expectations. The regular season expectations going into Week 10 is that the Giants should win the next 2 games against the Lions and the Houston Texans. You still get to play the Colts. You still get to play the Commanders twice. And you get to play a Vikings team they're great, but they almost just lost to Washington. I mean, they're a beatable team. They're good, no doubt about it, but this team should win 10 games. At this point, you should win 10 games. No, it is not a success if the Giants lose the last 10 games of the season. I get with what you're going to, Talik, but I can't call that a success. I can't. Mitch, I think Kenny Golladay is going to perform after being out these past. He better. If he doesn't play good these last, 7 weeks of the season, he's going to get cut at the end of the season. He's playing for his job and his career as a New York Football Giant. Hasn't played in the past 4 weeks. I tweeted it out last week, and I'm trying to kind of speak it into existence. I think Kenny Golladay catches a touchdown this week. I don't think he goes over 150 yards. I don't think he goes over 100 yards. Can he get me 6 catches for 60 yards? Can I get 4 catches for 55? Can you catch a touchdown in the red zone? Can you go up and make a contested catch on a fade ball? This receiver core needs a boost. And Golladay, you paid him $72 million. He needs to show up. He owes it to this team. And he wants that money next year. He ain't going to get a bigger deal in free agency if he gets cut. He wants that big money next year. He's got to produce, and I think he knows that. He was asked if he wants to be here, and he said yes. And that means because he wants that cheddar, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. But go out and earn it. I think Golladay catches a touchdown this week. I'm speaking it into existence. GK Vlogs, how do you think Golladay will do this week? Yeah, not 5 for 95 is a little much. I think, can I get 5 for 60? Can I get 4 for 55? Can I get a touchdown? That's what I'm expecting from Golladay. I'm going to be curious to see with Golladay how much he actually plays. That's how I'm going to see. That's what I'm worried about. Not worried about, but looking forward to. How much is he actually going to play this week against Houston? They got some good corners over there. They're a solid pass defense. They got some young studs on the outside. Can I get 4 for 55 and a touchdown? I'd be elated if that happened. I do want to tell you guys about our proud sportsbook partner, BetUS. When you go to chatsports.com/bet and use this promo code chat125, they're going to hook you up with a 125% deposit bonus. All you got to do, go to chatsports.com/bet and use the promo code chat125. You can bet on the Giants this week. They are 6.5-point favorites. My score prediction is 24-17. I think they cover, but I wouldn't advise. 6.5 is a lot. Giants they're a team that plays in a lot of close games. You could bet on a money line. You could bet on the Knicks. You could bet on the Nets. You could bet on a lot of things. Do it with our proud sportsbook partner, BetUS. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code chat125. JVB, what up? Do you think the new wide receiver we signed gets elevated this week? And yeah, I'm expecting for Isaiah Hodgins to play this week. Had the bye week to learn the playbook a little bit. Brian Daboll said he's hit the ground running. He already knows the system a little bit. He feels like that's helped him get kind of out in front of the learning curve. I mean, this guy hasn't played too much in the NFL. I think I remember correctly, he has 4 catches, and that all came this year against the Pittsburgh Steelers. But if you go back and look at what he did in his senior season in college, the dude put up some pretty crazy numbers. 86 catches, 1,200 yards, 14 yards a catch, and 13 touchdowns. I mean, the guy's no scrub. I think he's better than Marcus Johnson. I think he might be better than David Sills. So I'm not expecting him to come in and, be a guy that's going to go for 100 yards, but can I get a big body on the outside that catches the football? Can he just catch the ball? That's kind of what I'm looking for with Richie drops, David drops, and Marcus drops. I can't believe Marcus Johnson dropped those 2 touchdowns in back-to-back games, and he's still on this team. I'm expecting for Hodgins to be a guy that gets some run, gets some burn, though, this week against the Texans. Pauly Smoosh TV with a $2 super chat. Odell, 2-year deal, less guaranteed money, plus incentives. I think that's pretty close to what he will get from the New York Football Giants. This year, the Giants really can't afford, though, to give him anything more than a veteran minimum deal. Can you give him a 2-year deal, veteran minimum deal with an $8 million salary next year and lace both years with incentives? I think that's what he's looking for. He said he wants the next team he plays with, he wants that to be his home for the next 3 to 4 years. Why not come home to the Big Apple? You got the city tatted on your back. It was the city that you were the best. This city loves you. Don't ruin it by going to the Cowboys. I think there's a chance the Giants could sign him. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, and that's why you should subscribe, because we're going to keep you up to date with the latest Odell Beckham news and rumors, Giants news and rumors. We go live every single Wednesday. We go live every single game day. Nobody puts out more content than we do, literally videos every single day, and sometimes more than likely, we're going to put out 2 videos in a day if breaking news happens. News or rumors come out, we get you guys a video, youtube.com/NYGiantsTV. We're getting closer and closer to 20,000 subscribers. If you have not joined the team yet, change it. Hit that big red button. Aaron, what up? Franchise tag Barkley, or maybe 4 years, $12 million a year with 15 guaranteed with incentives. I'd be cool with a 4-year, $48 million deal. I think Nick Chubb signed 3 years, 36, or 4 years, 44, something very similar. I think you got to re-sign Saquon Barkley. I'm not the biggest pay the running back guy, because I think that kind of can damper what you can do. But look at the Minnesota Vikings right now. They're paying Dalvin Cook. They're 6-1, right? 6-1, 7-1. Correct me. Yes, 7-1. I mean, they're paying a running back $12 million a year for Dalvin Cook. I think Saquon's just as good as Dalvin Cook. I think he's a little bit better, but look, you can win if you're paying a running back. That's a tired and lame take. The Dallas Cowboys were the number 1 offense in the NFL in 2021, and they paid Ezekiel Elliott the most of any running back in the league, and he ain't even close to as good as Saquon. You have a good quarterback. You figure out your QB. You got a good defense. You got a good head coach. Giants, they got a lot of those things. You can win with paying a running back. Saquon Barkley's different. He is a guy that he leads the team in receptions. He's not just a running back. He's your MVP. And he's a captain. He works hard. He never misses off-season workouts. He's the guy that you want in the building. He's the guy that does it all right the right way. I'd pay Saquon Barkley. I would. Sin City Goon, would you make Lamar Jackson the highest paid QB if he came to the Giants? Yeah, probably would. I probably would. I like Daniel Jones, but he ain't Daniel Jones. He ain't Daniel Jones. I know Lamar, we beat him. He had a costly picked off by Julian Love, had a costly fumble, but you just don't see that type of talent at the QB spot. I would make Lamar Jackson the highest paid QB. I'll ask you, though, how much per year would you give Lamar Jackson in NFL free agency? How much would you pay Lamar Jackson in NFL free agency? Giants are going to have about $60 million to spend in the offseason. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, thank you, and I appreciate everyone that makes Giants Now a part of their day every single day. You guys keep the truck rolling. You're the gasoline in this bus. We can't go without you. So thank you. I appreciate you, and I want to show you some love. If you're a real one, go down in the comments and type real one right now, and I'll show you some love.